Drive down any suburban cul-de-sac in America right now and look at the driveways. Not just any trucks, the loaded ones. Lifted F-150s, pristine white Chevy Tahoes, a matching his and hers Range Rover situation that costs more than a starter home. Add in the manicured lawns, the pavered driveways, and maybe a boat peeking out of the third garage bay. You drive past and think, man, everyone on this street is crushing it. But here's the reality. They aren't. A lot of them are exactly one missed bonus away from a hardship withdrawal and a very quiet, panicked conversation with their financial advisor. The average new car payment in America just hit $772 a month. 1 in 2 new car buyers is now locked into a $1,000 plus monthly payment, and a staggering 36% of Americans earning over $200,000 a year are still living paycheck to paycheck. This isn't a story about rich people or poor people. It's a story about how almost everyone you know is faking it. The tales are everywhere if you know where to look. Today, we are breaking down the 13 signs your neighbor is secretly broke. And fair warning, the most uncomfortable part of this video might not be recognizing your neighbor. It might be recognizing yourself. Sign number 1, the multi-truck driveway. We aren't talking about one new truck. We're talking multiple. A loaded Silverado and a Tahoe, a Raptor and a Navigator. That is not a driveway. That is a repossession lot with better landscaping. Here's the math nobody on that driveway wants to do. The average full-size pickup now costs around $66,000. Finance 2 of them at today's rates over 72 months, and you're looking at roughly $1,900 a month just in payments. Add insurance, gas, and maintenance, and you're at $2,500 a month just to exist inside 2 metal boxes. If your household income is $120,000, that's 35% of your take-home pay going to vehicles that sit parked 18 hours a day. That's not wealth, that's a mortgage with wheels. Sign 2, the negative equity treadmill. This one is sneaky. Your neighbor gets a new truck. Cool. 2 years later, a different new truck. 2 years after that, another one. You think, wow, they must be loaded. Here's what's actually happening. Over 20% of new car loans are now 84 months long. That's 7 years. The average trade-in has $7,200 of negative equity, meaning the car is worth $7,000 less than what is still owed. When your neighbor rolls into a new truck every 2 years, he isn't upgrading. He's taking the $7,000 he still owes, rolling it into a brand new 84-month loan, and starting from negative. The dealer just slides the debt into the new loan, keeps the monthly payment roughly the same, and sends him home with a fresh key fob. He didn't feel the financial loss, he just felt the upgrade. It's the credit equivalent of boiling a frog. Classic research on American millionaires found that about 30% of households living in higher-end homes earn $60,000 a year or less. They stretch their budget to its absolute breaking point just to buy into the zip code. But here is what nobody tells you. Once you live on that street, the street owns you. Everyone has a landscaper? Now you need one. Everyone's kid plays travel hockey? Now your kid does too. The neighborhood isn't just a location, it's a spending prescription. You get invited over. The house is beautiful. Vaulted ceilings, quartz waterfall island, a 2-story foyer. But then you walk past the formal dining room and notice there is absolutely nothing in it, just an Echo and a Nest thermostat. The median new home has ballooned from 1,500 square feet in the 70s to over 2,200 square feet today. Living space doubled, but nobody budgeted for the furniture. They didn't buy a home, they bought a frame. The rest is coming one Wayfair order on Klarna at a time. 2 years ago, they ripped out the kitchen. Last summer, the primary bath. This spring, it's the basement. It never stops. And it's not because they are renovation enthusiasts, it's because the HELOC keeps writing checks. Home equity line originations grew almost 16% year over year recently. But here's the terrifying stat. Nearly 40% of HELOC funds go to debt consolidation, not renovation.
People are draining the equity in their houses to pay off maxed-out credit cards, then telling the neighbors they're redoing the basement. It's a blood transfusion from the house to Capital One. You're outside getting the mail. The Amazon truck pulls up. 3 boxes. 3 hours later, FedEx drops off 2 more. Then DoorDash. Then Uber Eats. That's not a house. That's a regional distribution hub. Food delivery apps mark up restaurant prices by about 25% inside the app. Add the delivery fee, service fee, and tip. A $40 meal is now $70. Do that 4 nights a week and you're spending $15,000 a year on the act of not cooking. You could literally buy a used Honda Civic every year and give it away for less money. And worse, DoorDash now partners with Buy Now, Pay Later apps. If you are financing a burrito in 4 installments, it's no longer a personal finance problem. It's a civilizational one. Elite soccer club, travel baseball, private hockey trainers, and on the back of their Tahoe, a proud AAA Hockey Dad sticker. Family spending on youth sports has skyrocketed. Elite travel hockey and soccer can easily hit $15,000 a year per kid. Only about 2% of high school athletes get college scholarships, but parents treat the travel sports bill like a 529 college plan. They skip their Roth IRA, put 3 hotel weekends a month on a credit card, all because 9-year-old Connor has a good slap shot. Connor doesn't need a signing bonus. Connor needs a college fund.
And right next to this is Sign 7.5, the private school pipeline. Tuition for 2 kids averages $30,000 to $40,000 a year. If parents are paying this out of cash flow, fine. But if they're funding private school tuition on a HELOC while their emergency fund has $700 in it, that's not education. That's a status purchase with the classroom attached. Ask the average American what they spend on subscriptions, they'll guess $86. Look at their actual credit card statements, and the real number is over $219. The secretly broke neighbor has Netflix, Hulu, Max, Apple TV, YouTube Premium, Spotify, a Peloton membership for a bike currently being used as a coat rack, a wine club, a bark box, and a $20 a month gym they haven't visited since January 2nd. It's $2,600 a year bleeding out in background charges. It's the small leaks that sink the ship. This is the darkest red flag on the list. Buy now, pay later used to be for a $30 impulse buy gadget. Now, 29% of BNPL users have financed groceries. Groceries are short-term consumable spending. The apple you financed on Tuesday is eaten by Wednesday. If you are splitting the cost of produce into 4 easy installments, your cash flow isn't just tight, it is hemorrhaging. You are running a credit operation against your own pantry. Walk past the neighbor's house and notice where the expensive cars live. If the $66,000 truck is in the driveway and the garage is shut tight, the garage is full, not of cars, but of stuff. 2 Pelotons, a kayak that's never touched water, Amazon returns from 2022, Christmas decorations, the truck they financed for $66,000 sits out in the weather to protect $10,000 of impulse buys. It's a confession. They value their hoarded stuff more than the asset they're financing to show off to the street. The boat, the RV, the side-by-side. The trailers to pull the side-by-side. A new wake boat runs $80,000 to $130,000, and boat loans now run 15 to 20 years, which is statistically longer than most marriages. A neighbor with a $130K wake boat financed at 8% over 15 years is paying $1,200 a month for something he uses 14 days a year. He's eating frozen Stouffer's meals on a Tuesday night so a boat can sit in a storage lot, earning $0 and losing value by the minute. That is a financial hostage situation with a cup holder. Their feed is flawless. Tulum in January, Aspen in February. What you are witnessing is called money dysmorphia, a distorted view of your own finances driven by comparing your real bank account to everyone else's curated feed. 59% of people experiencing money dysmorphia still describe themselves as financially stable. They are literally unable to see their own disaster clearly. The neighbor isn't just lying on Instagram, they are lying to themselves. The beach is real, but the massive credit card statement funding it is buried where nobody scrolls. This is the most reliable tell of them all. The secretly broke neighbor brings up money constantly, unprompted. They tell you what they paid for the truck. They casually slide their salary into a conversation about the weather. They're obsessed with credit card point hacks. Their crypto is about to moon, and they have a hot stock tip. The largest study of American millionaires ever conducted asked 10,000 of them about their wealth. 0 cited single stock picking. 75% credited consistent, boring index investing. Wealthy people are almost universally boring about money. They don't talk about it. There is a loudness tax on financial insecurity, and the guy narrating his success at the block party is paying it in full. Notice something about every single sign we just covered? Not one of them is about income. You can be broke at $50,000 a year and broke at $500,000 a year using the exact same playbook. The Range Rover just gets heavier. The hardship withdrawal just gets bigger. Americans are richer on paper and more broke in reality than at almost any point in history. So who actually has money on your block? It's not the guy with the matching trucks. It's the quietest neighbor. The one with the 2014 Toyota Highlander with faded paint. The one wearing a jacket he's had since 2010. They host you at their place because groceries are cheaper than eating out, and their 401k is quietly compounding in the background. Wealth is what you don't see. Debt is what you do see. The loudest drive-win on the block almost always belongs to the person you should be worrying about the least, because they are already worrying enough for the both of you.